A lot of them will not come because of Trump and what was going on with Canada. They just don't want to come and spend their money here. The cost of living here has changed a lot. Everything went up.
It's no secret Canadian snowbirds haven't been flocking to South Florida lately. President Trump's immigration rules and tariffs have caused controversy in Canada.
The greater Fort Lauderdale is expecting up to 150,000 fewer visitors from Canada. You know, they make up one of the largest groups of international visitors to South Florida. According to Visit Lauderdale, Canadian visitors are down by 10 to 16% since April, and 13.5% fewer Canadians are flying in. That could translate to an economic loss of up to $90 million.
The bottom line is we all want to make more money, and we were ready to serve and be busy, but there's nothing we can do if they don't come.
In Hollywood, Richard's Motel had a lot of cancellations in the spring and summer. The woman on the phone is one of those who canceled.
She says she's been coming here for over 25 years, which she used to feel free. Now she's scared, and she no longer feels like she's free here.
If you're planning your next holiday, there are a lot of places to choose from, but one that is falling out of fashion is the US. Since Donald Trump took office, America has reported a dramatic drop in the number of international tourists, and it's impacting the country's bottom line. In the usually warm month of June, tourist arrivals remained frosty, falling 6%. It continued a trend that has seen a decline in visitor numbers year on year since the start of 2025. The biggest drop-off has been visits from Canada, with the northern neighbours deterred by Trump's tariffs and continued threats to make their country the 51st state. Europe is also looking elsewhere, with the number of French, Swiss and Dutch tourists dropping, while Scandinavian nations are punishing the US for Trump's talk about getting Greenland. At the moment, Australia is bucking the trend, with tourism up 2.5% in June. However, experts say this is primarily due to bookings made well in advance, and this will decline. America has fallen from our third to fourth most popular holiday destination, and overall visitor numbers have dropped by a quarter over the last 10 years. Tourism is a crucial part of America's economy, and the drop in visitors will take a toll, with the World Tourism Council predicting a $19 billion loss in 2025 alone.
Tourists who are detained. There's been a steep drop-off in international travel to the United States. It was down on tourism. There's been a steep drop-off in international travel to the United States. It was down 12% last month, down even more from Western Europe. Why do you think that there are fewer people suddenly who want to travel to the United States?
Well, there could be a little, there's a little nationalism there, I guess, perhaps. It's not a big deal. And our dollar is a little bit on the low side, and that means that a lot of tourism is going to come in. But I could see a little bit nationalism at work, and I can see it likewise with us not wanting to go to certain countries, but that'll work out very easy.
Do you think some people are scared to come here because they hear the stories of tourists who are detained for a few days or even a week or two?
No, we treat our tourists great. We're the tourism capital of the world. There's no place like this, and there may be a little bit of nationalism, but I doubt it. I actually doubt it.
Tourists are avoiding Florida like it has emotional herpes. Florida tourism is down, beach businesses are dying, and the people are somehow surprised about it. Come to Florida, where the sun burns your skin and the governor burns your identity. It's so politically toxic that even the alligators are switching parties. DeSantis is out here turning Florida into a family-friendly dictatorship. It's like North Korea with Margaritaville decor. He's out here banning books, attacking drag queens, and starting a fight with Mickey Mouse like he's the final boss of the woke Olympics. The man literally lost a fight with Disney. That's like getting beaten up by a piñata. Tourism in Florida has dropped harder than DeSantis' presidential campaign. You remember that? Blink and you missed it. It was like watching a wet sock run for office. The beach bars are empty. Even the piña coladas are asking, is it because I'm fruity? You know things are bad when even retired boomers are thinking of packing up and moving back to New Jersey.
Hi guys, this is Tiana and you're welcome to Tiana's React. So the numbers are shocking. Florida's once booming businesses are collapsing. Canadian tourists are gone, and the blame is pointing straight to the policies that started it all. This isn't just a tourism story, it's a warning. When politics and pride collide, families pay the price. So Florida isn't just losing visitors, it's losing its heartbeat. Florida beaches are still shining, but behind the beauty lies broken businesses and shattered dreams. The policies may have changed, but the pen hasn't, and the world is watching. Let's dive in and see people's reactions to this. But before we dive in, please do well to like, share, and of course, subscribe to support the channel.
Thanks to President Trump's foreign and economic policy, the United States tourism industry will lose $29 billion this year as visitors plummet and they don't want to come to this country. Last month, a study from what's called the WTTC, that's the World Travel and Tourism Council, that analyzed the economic impact of tourism in 184 countries, found that the United States was the only country to see international visitor spending decline. So we are the only country out of 184 countries in which tourism is declining. It turns out when you have a president that decides to tariff our allies and adversaries alike, actually tariffs our allies worse than our adversary, a president that insults foreign leaders, calls the Prime Minister of Canada, Governor Trudeau, insults the President of Mexico, threatens to invade Mexico, threatens to annex Canada, annex Greenland, insults our European allies, says that they're mooching off the United States. It turns out that people don't want to come to this country and they don't want to spend their money here. Even if they want to, it's more expensive because of these tariffs. This is all nuts. President Trump is hurting this tourism industry, which is hurting jobs all across the country. If only he'd knock it off, would this tourism be able to function again? And by the way, all of the secondary industries in places like Las Vegas, which voted for President Trump, they're getting hurt the most. Turns out you voted for this.
All right, I got an awesome FAFO for the red state of Florida. This is an FAFO for Florida. Look at this. Look at this. Their tourism is down 30%. Yes, Florida tourism is down 30%. Yes, Florida is a red state and voted for the current administration. Yes, that is where that awful camp is in Florida. Their tourism has plummeted. If you did not know, the whole world is boycotting Florida, especially Canadian. Florida is big in tourism industry. They have Disney World, all that. Yes, states like Florida, Las Vegas, California, New York are suffering greatly in tourism. Tourism is expected to lose over $49 billion just this year. Drop a comment and follow for all things personal finance.
International travel boycott of Florida, in particular South Florida and other areas with international travelers being hit like mine is. I know many areas in Florida are being hit by 30% reduction in international travel. Is your business having this, experiencing this problem like I am? I know my Uber business is off significantly for it should be with my international tourism. I'm reading throughout the news reports here and across Florida. Many international tourist areas are down 30%. Down 30%. So if you're in the rideshare business, if you're in the hotel, your restaurant, you sell other goods and services to tourists, are you being negatively impacted, as many of us are, by this boycott that's being created in particular by Donald Trump, by causing many Canadians, Mexicans, and others, Europeans and others, not to come to the United States, and also by some of Governor DeSantis's policies from Alligator Alcatraz and others, where they've been actually detaining and throwing tourists into Alligator Alcatraz and holding them and detaining them even when they have legitimate visas. What are you seeing throughout Florida? Let me know. I'm in South Florida. I'm in the Fort Lauderdale metro area. Let me know what you're experiencing, because I'm seeing a significant drop in my income and my business thanks to this international boycott. Let me know. Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, my burned out light bulbs, my international travelers, my Canadians, my Mexicans, anybody from Europe or anywhere else. If you changed your travel plans, let us know. I'm just trying to get a handle on it. Thanks for your info.
Catastrophic loss to tourism in Florida just from Canadians.
A lot of them will not come because of Trump and what was going on with Canada. They just don't want to come and spend their money here. The cost of living here has changed a lot. Everything went up.
It's no secret Canadian snowbirds haven't been flocking to South Florida lately. President Trump's immigration rules and tariffs have caused controversy in Canada.
The greater Fort Lauderdale is expecting up to 150,000 fewer visitors from Canada. You know, they make up one of the largest groups of international visitors to South Florida. According to Visit Lauderdale, Canadian visitors are...
Trump has cost South Florida $90 million and climbing just from Canadians. Just from Canadians. But wait, it gets worse. Did you know the entire world is boycotting the United States of America in tourism? Did you know that we are right now on track to lose $31 billion in tourism alone just in 2025? And that is an estimate. And yes, it has grown. Trump is destroying the USA. Do you agree? Have you canceled your trips to the USA? Drop your comments below.
So guys, thousands of families, countless jobs, and billions in losses. Florida's paying the price for decisions made years ago. The question now is how many more states will fall and which will fall next? Well, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Please do well to like, share, and of course, subscribe to keep the channel moving. Till next time.